Hello, everybody. Etienne Marceau, Pertute, the Sports Inquirer, and welcome to another edition of the Fighting Peaches. On this edition, we are going to be hearing from Arkansas State defensive back Brandon Barnes as the Red Wolves prepare for the 2025 campaign. We actually were able to attend the Sun Belt Football Media Days in New Orleans earlier this summer, and we were able to speak with him exclusively one on one. Had a really good conversation. Looking forward to y'all hearing that. But before we get to that, as always, to follow everything that we do, go to the mothership to sportsinquirer.net, premier site for news and notes in the world of sports. You can also head to our social media platforms on Twitter/X, Instagram, and Facebook. Just look us up under Etienne Marcel or the Sports Inquirer. And finally, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our audio and video hosts, which include YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and more. As I mentioned, I was able to head to New Orleans earlier this summer to speak with Brandon Barnes, among others, at the Sun Belt Football Media Days, and had a really good conversation. And go ahead, here we are, and enjoy.
Sophomore defensive back from Arkansas State. Last year, appeared in 9 contests. You're able to get a few tackles. What was that experience like being a freshman and seeing the field and being a contributor?
It was most definitely an exciting feeling. It was kind of nerve wracking at first. Like, I can't even tell no stories about that. It was a great experience though. Being able to get out there and play with my peers. We worked hard, and we just went out and did everything together.
And how are you feeling this year now that you've had a full collegiate year? I'm sure you feel much more comfortable than this time last year.
Oh yes, sir, most definitely. I'm excited about this upcoming season. So just to get everything rolling with my teammates.
Yeah, and defense could be different. You have a new coordinator in Griff McCarley. How has that been? Like working with the new DC and just getting his game plan and acclimation into what you're trying to do.
It's been great. Coach Griff has been here. He was our linebackers coach last year, and he got his opportunity to be a defensive coordinator this year. And it has been a great experience. The defense is more detail oriented, but at the end of the day, it gets us in position to make plays.
Yeah, and just talking with Jalen earlier, and really the state of college athletics, you're an upperclassman now, so you're a
Yes,
vet,
sir.
you're a veteran. But obviously, there's so much transition to and from with the program. How do you help the younger guys, that freshmen coming in, or even the guys that are transferred into the program, help them get acclimated to Arkansas State?
Um, well, most definitely with the freshmen, it's the speed of life. That's what we call it, the speed of life. You got class, you got girls, you got a whole bunch of distractions, and you don't really know it's real until you get there. And what I'll tell them is that sometimes time's gonna get hard, and it's okay because everybody goes through that. And all you got to do is just keep showing up and keep working hard. All of that stuff will go away, and everything will get easier for you.
Yeah, and just doing my research, I see you did a photo shoot with, I guess, Aiden Lenz, and if I'm saying that correctly.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, you're a very fashionable young man.
Yes,
I
sir.
can see that. But how did that photo shoot develop? And you're very, it seems like in your brand and everything like that. How have you incorporated, continue to incorporate that into your just overall aspect of being a player?
Well, I always, look good, play good. All of that goes together. I've always loved to dress nice, and I think the suit fashion comes from my dad. He's a big suit guy, and it's just how I am. I love to look good in whatever I'm doing. It don't matter if I'm just walking outside.
Yeah, it remind me of someone that says, even I'm mowing the glass, mowing the grass, I'm we're looking good. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I can see that scenario. But yeah, once again, we're here with Brandon Barnes, sophomore DB from Arkansas State. Just a few questions to wrap up here. What's been your favorite stadium that you've played in, just prep level or even at the collegiate level? I know you're young in the collegiate side, so if you want to go back to your prep days,
uh,
anywhere you really like playing?
um, I would say the craziest place that we played at was Iowa State. It that was a place that when we went there, I said this looked fake. You know, like it looked like it's just the stadium, and there was a clear blue sky sky. There was not a cloud in sight, and it just looked like a clear blue dome over the stadium, and there was nothing else around it. So I would say that was kind of interesting stadium to play in.
Favorite uniform combination?
Favorite uniform. Uh, that's a good one. I would like to mix and match with some different colors, but I would have to go classic all red or all black, only because I haven't seen any other color combinations. We've been very basic when it
Just kind
comes to
of
that.
one color.
Yeah.
Is that the goal this year to at least like mix it up this year?
Yes, sir. We wanna go out looking good, man.
Absolutely. You're a fashion guy. You could try to do some consulting with the upperclassmen, maybe with Coach Jones, kind of give your 2 cents in, as they say.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Pre-game, what's kind of a routine or process for you? Maybe what you eat or listen to, or just physically and mentally get yourself right.
Well, first, especially starting in the morning, I don't like to eat heavy. I eat a good breakfast, but I don't eat a lot. And then come dinner time before the game, it's it's basically the same thing. I don't really like to eat that much, and then I make sure I get in the training room, make sure I'm loose and warmed up. I stretch myself, and then I get stretched by the trainers as well. And then after that, I go to the field, walk around, feel the breeze, feel the atmosphere, to make sure that I'm prepped that way, so I don't just walk out and be, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And then last thing, what is maybe what's been a kind of the best that kind of maybe advice from like a coach or maybe a mantra or saying or thing that you really try to remind yourself of as you just progressing through your career?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Um, I that's a hard one. I got to go back and think about it. But
But just what's your approach? How do you try to approach football or just
oh,
life in general? Like, what do you kind of try to tell yourself or remind yourself to keep yourself right?
um, what I always say is that I'm grateful. You know, I show up with a grateful mindset. I tell myself, not everybody gets this opportunity, and when you approach it as such, you don't take any day for granted. So you go as hard as you can every single day. Don't take no plays off. Don't take no reps off, and because you know that this stuff is not guaranteed. So I would say in that aspect of being grateful is the biggest thing.
All right, appreciate the time. Thank you. Good luck this
Yes,
season.
sir. Thank you.
And that was Brandon Barnes, football player and defensive back for Arkansas State. Appreciate the time he gave us at New Orleans earlier this summer. As always, follow everything that we do. Head to the mothership to sportsinquirer.net, premier site for news and notes in the world of sports. You can also head to our social media platforms on Twitter/X, Instagram, and Facebook. And just look us up on the Etienne Mars Substitute or the Sports Inquirer. And finally, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to our audio and video hosts, which include YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and more. Once again, this is Etienne Marcel Pertut. Until next time, good fight, good night, and be safe.